peeps. Leo tuko na nyinyi ana kwa ana bra.
Raundi tuko pamoja.
Manze tuko pamoja manze. Ndio kuingia sasa. So
Uko wapi?
You guys mzee ni bamba sana man, you guys.
Okay, that guy is a cheat code when it comes to new things going viral, you guys. Everything he touches, you guys just tembea.
Alafu ni kama muziki imeisha sasa tu ni mazinga humo, you guys. You guys.
Webaki na mbwembwe.
Me, I'll either become a guy like that nikiretire ama nitakuwa ule jamaa awa. Check me, awa. You guys nitakuwa napiga my events, you guys. Hey, my future is bright, you guys. So tuendelee. Man, so we're going to be live on YouTube. I'm seeing guys already joining the stream. Let us know where you're watching from. I'm going to shout you. Tata nimeangalia his stream. It's very, very clear. My white hairs inaonekana kutoka Mars. And Bashir's athleisure outfit is also looking really, really dope. But let's get right into it, my brother. What's happening, my bro?
So as you said, we're going to do something very, very different, man. Tulika chini tuko like, there's a lot of stories zenye zina pass between the cracks. Zina tupita. And some of them, they just need time and dedication. Tuzipige hizi story hadi zipigike. You know, sometimes we do links alafu uko like, I had other things to say, but lakini muda imetupa usogo. Sasa niko hapa bazee niliandika intro flani. So we're calling this particular segment or this particular session the breakdown. And nilikuwa nimeandika a certain introduction.
Nimefanya
I was like,
no, nilikuwa nafikiria. Unajua ukifika miaka fulani, you guys unaanza
unafikiria. I was wondering kwani we did not agree on the name.
No. Me, my mind was somewhere else. I was waiting for you to continue. I was listening to you while doing other things.
Speaking to your ancestors in studio. You guys really having a full-on conversation hapo kando.
You guys kuna siku nilisikia malango akijiongelesha full conversation nyuma ya mlango. I was like, this mother is really pitying you guys.
Salivia wazee umse mwenye unaongea naye kwa
So don't worry, niko fit. Don't worry, my brother.
So welcome to the breakdown, our brand new segment where we cut through the noise and bring you the stories everyone's talking about. From politics and pop culture to science and sports, we'll break it all down to you. Quick, clear, and straight to the point. If it's trending, if it's important, or if it's just too wild to ignore, you'll hear it here.
That's what's up. Maybe we're gonna start with that story about the events that we went to yesterday. Bashir and I we went to some event. Shout out to this gentleman called Sajid. Sajid is the curator of the Coffee Pump podcast.
Shout
out to him. He's gonna be here, I think, next week. Hopefully. Alinipigia akaniambia, Emmanuel, I have this event that I'm hosting some of my clients. So if you guys can come through, nikamwambia mimi nitakuwa show. When you guys finish, just come through. So he was hosting Bashir and I, Ian Thiongo and Mwafrika, the podcast guy, and then there's another guy called Eric. Eric is the curator of Eotwe podcast. So tukaenda hapo after show yesterday. Ian was here, so we just went together. So he had put together a very nice event.
Yeah, it was glamorous.
He was hosting his clients.
Yeah.
So he curated a very nice event. Kulikuwa na mabitings. In fact, Bashir and I tuliingia hapo kwanza alafu tukapelekwa kwa biting section.
Straight.
Check Manu, just grab anything you want. But you guys, I was really looking at those bitings with suspicion. The last time nilikula chakula like Indian food, the next day watu walikapitia sana, you guys. Yeah, bana.
Walikuwa umeenda ku unleash pellets.
You guys was really not even the pellets, the odd words, you guys. Those nini zilikuwa zinatoa some of the. Hata mimi nilikuwa nasema hiyo ni noma. Check hiyo ni noma. So you got Indian food, you have to eat it with a touch of caution.
My problem with Indian food, maze, is the spice. I don't do well with spices. Like kabisa, even like hata pilipili, I see all the time tukikula chapo dondo hapo chini. Maze lazima uitishe ni me at some point pilipili ina beat the purpose. But you know, the taste of the chili. It's not actually a taste. What you're feeling is pain. Hiyo ukali unasikia, it's just your taste buds dying.
Oh, for real?
There's no part of, have you seen that diagram of your tongue and then this is where you taste sweet,
okay, I've not seen, but now unaniambia.
So I'm describing. There's no part for like,
chili, like
kali. Yeah, it's a weird sensation. So for me, it gets to a point where I can't even taste the food. So me, mambo ya pilipili, So that's why me I was suspicious.
Oh, with the food.
Yeah.
But it wasn't very hot.
Yeah, ilikuwa mild. I think because the clients were a bit mixed here, so it was me. But it was nice. Me, first of all, I regret I didn't serve more food. But it's that thing when you go to a place, especially a high-end place like that, with very sophisticated individuals. You guys can't just
all over the world. Kulikuwa na watu wa Meta, Google.
You guys, me I just saw those. You see those
Oracle
networking measures. Whenever I see those, I know this is you can never see those measures in a club ama sijui. Like when you see those measures.
Cocktail tables.
Yeah, cocktail tables. I didn't even know the name.
Zile zimetandazwa kitambaa fulani.
Yeah, so people are just standing there with their drinks, pole networking.
And then we looked underdressed, right?
Yeah.
Because guys were wearing.
You guys kwanza mimi nilifriziwa. Sikuwa najua unaweza friziwa mazeni event ka hiyo. Cheki wewe unaenda wapi na hiyo bag? Iko wapi tag?
Cheki wewe ni nani? Unataka wapi? Unataka nini hapa kwa event? But also the people inside there had the complexion for the protection. I think we were only like 4 guys who are black guys. Kwa hiyo event. Lakini the bar was open, and this is where we're going with this story.
Yeah.
Guys were really kamatang drinks again.
Politely though, like I mean, like for that caliber of individuals, unajua there are people for them to get to that level. They understand, you know, they have abundance. Unajua si kama wale watu wa mtaani. Unajua sisi mimi hata nakumbuka the first time I went to an open bar. Like I'd never seen anything like that. It's like my first time going for like a buffet. Ni buffet ama buffet? I don't even know.
It depends where you grew up.
Yeah.
Oh, you grew up up Kipkare.
Yeah. Mimi nilizaliwa Kilimani.
Hata inaweza kuwa buffet. Cheki nikikula hiyo buffet ili nipeleka mbio sana kwa sababu
ina sound kama mnyama.
Cheki sijai kula buffet. Sasa yuko kuna msemini alienda hiyo buffet hapo tao. Alafu akaambiwa, wewe lipa 2-3k. Alafu ni all you can eat. Akauliza, are you sure? You guy, umzili wa video mtoe hapa kwa hiyo place. You guy, hiyo story alitupigia tulicheka yetu yote. Cheki, so Arson alikuwa mluya fulani bigi. Cheki, so nikauliza, are you sure?
I think that was the first sign yenyewe. Msaki kuuliza kama uko sure.
You guy ushene hizo buffet za Ocha?
You guy.
No, okay, not really Ocha. Yeah. Like some hotels, maybe outside Nairobi.
Okay.
So it's a buffet, yes, but there's somebody guarding the food.
For real?
Yeah.
So anakulimit on the like, number of pieces unaweka.
Yeah, like juzi nikiwa Eldoret. Like you go, you serve your food, but there's someone there staring at the things that you're putting. So maybe if you put 8 sausages, atakwambia
hata wewe sasa.
Hizo ni mingi. Unaweza teka 8, eka tu 2. Hiyo ndio limit.
But you see, like that type of abundance, especially if you come from a place of lack. Like me hizo vitu unajua like I was telling you, nilikuwa nashangaa sasa ati asubuhi me thought sausages mazee ni like president ame come through. Me ulikuwa unaniambia mnatandika sausages for breakfast mazee. Me I was thinking you guys were kings.
Oh, for real? Yeah, you guys never used to tandika some halal sausages on weekends?
Where?
See, keep carrying you guys. There's no random pig. Okay, you can't eat. That's not halal.
But again, I'm saying, like you get there and uko na hiyo like mentality ya lack, and it comes back to that point of open bar. So umeingia singe serve ati mlima hapo, but the people around there are very sophisticated people. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that also it goes to the drinks. Like kama when mse wakubai hizi makota, you go to an open bar for the first time, you have that compulsive need let me gather all the mzingas nizieke kwa, and you can carry, yes, but in that moment you're just thinking, let me just drink as much as I can.
You get that thing is called putting a knife to your throat. Even yesterday when you were at that line your buffet, yenyewe that food looked tasty, and there's a way my hand was feeling like, unajua venye unachota kitu na spade, unaingiza spade
hadi usikie chuma
scrap hapo chini. So I was feeling like doing that, but I was like, okay, yes, this food looks good, but I don't want my hosts to regret inviting me for this event.
Ukitokea na mlima hata akuoni sura hiyo. Chakula imefunika sura yako.
He's introducing it to the Google guys through the food. Check it. This guy is called Emmanuel from Radio Generation. Hello, Emmanuel. Take it with me.
Hey, niaje guy chunguliari from the other side of the stick.
Chiki, can I just finish with this and then we talk? Yeah. So I was actually controlling myself.
Yeah.
I put for myself one kanan. So there's a manan.
Yeah.
And some stuff. I didn't know some of the stuff that I was declaring, to be honest. And then nikaenda nikakaa chini, but I was proud of myself. I was like, yenyewe ningekula more, lakini I put a knife to my throat, man. And same thing at the bar, because I remember we went and stood next to the bar. And there were many people standing around there. Because we got there late, some guys were a bit lit, which is also something which is interesting to me. I don't know if you should go to a networking event to get lit. I feel like that is not like a personal event. Because I saw just one table, guys were dancing, it was about to get, it was looking like watu wakiendelea itaanza kuwa crazy.
Itaanza kuwa
mastingo zenye watu wataanza kudance zitakuwa zinaweza
very
sana.
corporate.
I think if you go for an event like that, you should play it cool.
Yeah.
Like, don't drink the way you normally drink. If at all you're a person who imbibes, don't drink the way you normally drink. Don't eat the way you normally eat. In fact, the safest thing ni kabla uende huko unabomoa you guys.
Maze, make sure maze ile stew, unajua ile stew imebaki kwa sufuria. Tunaitanga maze kusummarize. Unachukua kaugali you guys una summarize ile sufuria imebaki.
Ukiwa home bana.
Ukiwa home bana. Unaweka ka foundation at least ndio kufika huko, because now the problem we are still subject to nature and we are still animals. We have this animalistic instincts. So ukienda huko mazee, kama uko na a certain lack uje kula poa, ama kama wewe ni msewa kuimbibe uko na kiu fulani ya kimataifa. So this guy, mimi nikiingia I didn't see him, but nivyoona sema you get there late, I think the event had been going on. So this guy ni kama mazee hiyo open bar alikuwa ameamua anakufa nayo. Alikuwa amesema cheki hiyo open bar mniachie. Hiyo niko nayo.
Hiyo ni mimi nayo. Cheki mtu asiwari historia hii particular drink kwa iba, cause mimi na deal nayo ana kwa ana
on a personal level. So I remember you guys, you were seated on the other side. So me was seated in a position I could see what was going on. So I think he was staggering, and then ile unajaribu kujishikilia, and I told you when you're falling down you will grab anything, even air, a leaf, anything, like someone's shirt, like it's just an instinct. So he grabbed that is it like the thing that was covering the cocktail
cocktail table?
So you see how like magicians do that trick of
I
thought he wanted to do one particular magic trick.
Me, I just had noise. I just had pingly.
That meza had been chafuad, you guys. I understand why he was that drunk.
It had a lot of drinks.
It had a boti, it had a couple of beers there. So those bottles followed him down together with cocktail.
You guys, that is a shame, you guys. You guys, unajua siku moja very soon tutakuwa na launch a radio generation. And I'm sure our event will be very interesting. Can you imagine behaving like that kwa event? Umeangusha ma drinks. You guys zimevunjika, umelamba hizo drinks, unajua uko kwa floor for a few moments. So you can't just stand up. Lazima ulambe hiyo.
You have to take in the moment.
Fanya hivi kabla nisimame asatuwezi yesi lazima nilambe kidogo. You guys, that is a shame. You guys have to learn how to behave when there are these events. But look, Bashir, hold that thought. We'll be back.
This is Radio Generation. Attention football fans, the chase for continental glory is on the 20th of September. All roads lead to Nyayo Stadium as Kenya Police take on Mogadishu City in the CAF Champions League qualifier. It's more than just a game. It's 90 minutes of tackles, speed, power, and passion, where discipline meets determination and only one team marches on to Africa's greatest stage. And here's your chance to be right in the action. Radio Generation is giving you the chance to win free tickets to watch the game live. All you have to do is answer a simple question. Don't wait. Tickets are selling fast at langopass.com. The CAF Champions League qualifier. Kenya Police versus Mogadishu City. The battle for glory starts here. Radio Generation 88.8 Nairobi.
Terms and conditions apply.
Flavor meets freedom at Shawarma Festival 2025. September 27th at Two Rivers Mall. Food, music, fun, and healing. Be there. Get your tickets at madfun.com. Radio Generation 88.8 Nairobi. This is Radio Generation.
And we're back like we never left. 31 minutes past the top of the hour. 31 minutes past 8 o'clock. If you're right here in Nairobi City, if you're in New York, and I don't know the time, but it's 31 minutes after you're top of the hour.
Yeah, and ulikuwa umeanza kusikiliza tu.
Mwanzo, unajua.
Yeah. Hujui time New York?
Sijui jo.
Na Kitengela saa sanga.
Ni 31.
Hakuna time zone.
You guys, 8:31 maze in Kitengela. I'm hanging out with Bashir, Halaiki in the studio. My name is Emmanuel Kisiangani. We're deep into our open mic hour right now. We're doing the first edition of the breakdown, and we're talking about how to behave when you go for an event. At least that is what we are on right now. Bashir, this is important because we're in August. So the month is we're in September.
Yeah, September.
We're in September, not in August. So we're in September. In a couple of months, we'll be deep in event season.
Yeah.
When we're going to be hosting end of year parties and other events like saini high season events. Also wanaenda Mombasa, cocktail events. It's a job.
Team building.
Yeah, these are where you're supposed to behave over there. There's another day a friend of mine invited me to a very high level gig at his office. So it was at a hotel, but it was the high level people at the office walikuwa hapo. And then one of my other friends, Kiev, the boss of huyu beste yangu, the boss of the guy we're going to see, let's call him Chris. So Chris, boss wa Chris, akaanza kuangalia Kevman vingine. You get? So Kevman is my friend msikilizaji. I hope you're following me mwenye unasikia. Nika mimi naenda bash, I invite you to my event. Then you come with your friend, Ranja. All right. Then now my boss anaanza kuangalia Ranja like, hey, this guy looks like a nice guy. So unaona ilieka huyu Chris kwa shida sana. Because now this lady was a bit high.
Oh, okay. It was a lady.
It was a lady.
Okay.
It was a lady. So she's like, hey, your friend looks like an interesting guy. So, mazee, ikabidi yu Chris, mazee, atumie akili. You get to make sure there is no problem. Because after the party ends, mazee, watu wanarudi job. And now you'll get into deep trouble according to how you behave during the party. In fact, I think those parties are litmus tests to know who behaves how. You guys in a company, you guys.
I would just think about a pitch for that end of year party. So we're gonna invite all the staff. The HR is gonna be there. All the departments are gonna be there. You know, the big boss man is gonna be there. And there's going to be amazing food. There's going to be music. We're going to hire stand-up comedy. It's going to be fun. But you know what's missing from this? Let's introduce unlimited alcohol. You know, what could go wrong? I feel like it's a trap.
Okay, it's a trap.
Because if you know you're someone who's susceptible to the battles of the flesh. You guy unaweza ingia pabaya, because now you know when you're drunk you forget that you have to go back to work
the next day.
So by the way, when you are high you're doing some things and the HR is there in the corner taking notes.
Okay, the HR sana hata mezangi. So HR is as sober as a judge. Uko pale maze, you want to kwenda chini kwa chini with the marketing chick. Check it, hey, afala that chini kwa chini. Karudi chini kwa chini. Check it, hey, we can. Check it, wewe unarudi chini in your career, you guys. But you guys, hiyo kitu inaweza kuweka kwa shida sana. I tell you what I do normally in events as much as I can. I just try to get there nimekula. Because me and you, we go to events most of the time to perform. As a stand-up comic, as a host. So I go, I make sure I've eaten before. Nikifika hapo, siendi kupanga line na the rest of the guys wakipiga show. Like, as in wakienda kudish. Wakienda kudish. You know that announcement for, okay, now the food nini is open. In
fact, when are making your announcement.
Yes.
So you make that announcement and then you dash.
No. You can't join them up on the line, you guys. Check it. Wait, in your line ya chapati. Last time zilikuwa ngumu sana hizo chapo. Kuna mandazi.
Mbona hizi samosa ni za ndengu?
Cheki nieke ile kuku bana. Please nieke drumstick. Nimechoka sitaki ingine nataka drumstick you guy. So you have to put a knife to your chest, to your neck, to your throat. It's actually a saying, put a knife to your throat and maze watch your greed uko nyuma. You guys, in other news, we're talking about this before the show began, and we're saying the way if whatever profession you're in, you have to be online. Okay? And just to break it down, if you're, because most of us, like here on the radio show, we are streaming live at Asaina Jiona up on YouTube. But now if you go to TikTok, there are guys there who are selling shoes. There are guys there who are lawyers. There are guys there who are engineers. Kuna boy yangu anasemanga jenga nyumba standard. So his shtick is akiko kwa mjengo mazee anaenda na kamera yake ana record. And he's done that thing until now he goes for trips abroad
explore.
Explore. Sometimes he's sent by some companies who make specific types of tools. So he goes, does his research with the company, then he comes back. So I think nowadays, your CV is on the internet. And this is me saying, the new CV is on the internet in regards to the body of work that you've come up with across your career from the moment you started. Like your body of work is when you started to record videos about how to become a better lawyer, how to become a better plumber, how to become good at marketing. Like you can actually create a very nice portfolio on YouTube just by recording what you're doing, talking about it, and publishing.
Yeah, I do believe the days of the introvert and the mimi ni msetu wa technical stuff. Mi nataka tu kupiga job, mimi sitaki kukua mbele ya camera. I think those days are gone, man. It's nice to see, because I was telling you this, there's a doctor I follow. So this doctor is actually Kenyan. I wish I had his name. I could shout him up. I follow him on TikTok, but he gives advice related to health. And what he does is he reacts to a lot of medical, because everyone is an expert squeezy on TikTok. So someone is saying sijui salt ukimix na hii sijui nini, it will help you. So he helps demystify most of this misinformation about health going around on the internet, and he really does an amazing job, because wewe unaweza pata tu mtu anaongea on the internet, and then because unamuona hapo you think it's true. So you go and try that thing and it's not even medically recommended. So he does a lot of that, and he helps a lot of people. He does a lot of videos about conditions, about remedies, and you see he's speaking directly to his target audience through the internet. I've seen lawyers discuss cases, especially for us artists, entertainment law. Like I've seen a lot of that. So I feel everyone right now is a brand. And if you're listening to us, and it doesn't matter what you're doing, there's someone I follow who I think he's called the maize guy. So this guy sells maize.
The maize guy.
You've seen him?
No.
He chomas maize, but he does it live on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
So
and he choma live?
Yes, yeah,
live.
Streets, yeah. So that's his thing. So he does that, but he makes most of his money because a lot of people abroad watch him and send him gifts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've seen someone going to Gikosh, anakuonyesha the journey, nini. I feel anything you're doing, hadi wase wa mjengo, they go live. Like right now, that story of hiding behind a desk and just doing your work, I feel it's very outdated, because at the end of the day, if you build a community, I was telling you, like a lot of creators do this, like they build a community and they kulia from that community for life. Like if you build a community of 1,000 people who really believe in you, trust your work, and like you, like no matter where you go, when you change work, you change offices, they're gonna be there with you.
Have you ever seen this guy? See like what Chess does?
Yeah.
Called the MCR msikilizaji is a place where the producers sit. It's a very nice, looks like a
master control room.
Yes. Hey, you guys, master control room.
Orientation kwan.
Okay, skubuki. So that's where Chess sits. So there are some producers who sit there and then they go live on TikTok and then they show how they're producing the news. Okay, so akona camera hapo, akona ka lights. Then unajua venye, traditional media, the way the news happens, it's like an event. So you camera one, so you what two. Yeah. Okay, let's go. I've fade out to the video. Okay, come back. Okay, go forth. Aya, kachini, simama, you guy. Ushaona hiyo kitu?
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's so interesting, man. So like me, I've never ever seen that until I came across that stuff on TikTok. And then now there are also these chicks, there's this, it's actually a dude. There's a dude I follow. There's a chick and a dude I came across on TikTok. Them, they're teachers. So I can get a class, wanaeka live stream. So they wake it in such a way that the toys are not seen.
Because I think it's just focused on them. It's
focused on them. And then they start teaching A, B, C, D. There's a specific teacher mwenye hata the way he teaches is he creates music from his as in if the lesson is say about the alphabet, he creates a song. Cheki sasa tuimbe hiyo wimbo ya alphabet. Haya twende. A B, and then now the toys are dancing. You guys are thinking now,
you have started singing.
You guys sing the inaweza.
My brain is like, okay, so script iko wapi bro?
So can you imagine? So this guy, he has so many guys who follow him. I don't know how that translates to money for him. But I'm sure it translates to something. Because it was even on the news, I think. There's somebody who featured and said, hey, this guy is a teacher who sings along with his students. There's also this other guy who's, I think he's famous. We've talked about him before. This guy who sells signs.
Tony. Tony.
Also LC signs. The guy in China. I saw another YouTuber traveling all the way to China just to meet up with this guy. Just because the guy is selling signs, like that's his job. But he makes it funny, then he records it, then he publishes it, and now we are talking about him over here on Radio Generation. So I think whatever you do, like there's someone who's interested in what you're doing. And I'll channel with this gimmicky stuff. There's another guy who counts rice on TikTok. Aya, twende kazi. Aya, 1, 2, 3. You guys, what's wrong with guys? You guys?
Anything can be content, but now on the flip side is like we're talking about whatever you're doing professionally or as a business. You're actually losing nothing. Putting that content online. Like you never know, someone will reach out to you, there's a possible employer, there's a customer watching. It actually does more for you to do that. And also the other thing it does, it sharpens your communication skills. And me, I'm talking from a perspective of, because I've been a technical person all my life. You know, I did engineering, and I'll tell you for a fact, the people I was in class with, you know, the index ones, these people are very good at what they are doing, but they don't know how to communicate their abilities. You can see the way I can talk like this. I never used to be like this. It's because I started doing comedy and started doing podcasting and learning. So that's how I am able to communicate. So it will be such a disservice to you if you are actually really good at what you're doing, but you don't have the ability to put it out there.
Yeah, because guys can't understand in layman's terms. That's what I was telling some chick who works for some NGO. Because she was talking to me in NGO speak. Chicky, you know what we'll do about the focal point who's actually in Ghana is we'll take the different social status situations and just put it the SSSs. The SSSs. Chicky, what are the SSSs? So I'm like, I'm interested in what you're saying. But who are the SSSs? And then what is our focal point? So I think what you're saying is we should learn how to take these very lofty things that we use at the professional setup and just make it very palatable. Like I remember when I joined radio, I really wondered what a link was. Check, so ukiingia, let's start with link 1. Jackie, what is link 1? Alafu najua watu wengine unaogopa kuuliza ndio usikae mjinga. Jackie, mulitoa huyu wapi? Hata ajui link ni nini bana. So yeah, you're right. Like do those videos, but also, you know, go for those. When we come back, let's talk about going for classes on how to talk in public. But meanwhile, we're not going to take long. Don't touch that dial. We'll be back.
This is Radio Generation. Nairobi, are you ready? September 27th, the Shawarma Festival 2025 takes over Two Rivers Mall. Juicy beef, spicy chicken, bold veggie creations. Your ticket gives you 3 shawarmas plus a full day of music, games, competitions, and safe spaces for healing. This is where flavor meets freedom. Don't miss it. Get your tickets at madfun.com. Radio Generation 88.8 Nairobi. This is Radio Generation.
We are back like we never left. Shout out to George Raphael in the building over here on our YouTube stream. Anasema dope show kama kawa. Sasa simwambie hata super producer akuje atuambie hi, stimulate vagus nerve kidogo kabla huyo Luandeti native amalize eardrum zetu na cheki. I think he just wants to hear a voice of a female, bro.
Yeah. We are talking with I think I was hosting I was co-hosting with Sharon. Shout out to Sharon Lusambili, and we were doing a tidbit about how the female voice stimulates the vagus nerve of a man, so it has a very soothing effect.
That's why umsa ametoa hii story. Nilikuwa nashangaa George Raphael. You guys really wondering how George Raphael knew about the vagus nerve, you guys. Kumbe ni kitu regurgitate.
Wind down mazee inapeleka watu mbali.
The masses, you guys.
Shout out to ameshine na hiyo vagus nerve mbaya sana mtaani.
So ati what is that vagus nerve?
So it's a nerve that you have. I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
So the female voice has it stimulates it.
Yeah.
So that vagus nerve now calms you down. It gives you sort of softens kiasi una feel there's a
calming
a mellow effect hapo. So kama ulikuwa then usikie sauti ya dem kidogo na unatulia, relax.
Unatulia kama maji ya mtungi. You guys just should come and stimulate us with that vagus nerve maninos. Checky, hi Manu, hi Basha, you guys okay?
Checky, now we are.
Thank you. Imagine Sikwana, we are not okay, but now we are. Thank you. You guys, shout out, man, to Chess, our super producer. We love you so much, and our guy Mesfin, Bett. Mess atuwezi sema we love you. Unajua sini my boys. Mess uko fiti?
Strong.
Tusukume bro.
No, hii life ni kukazana bro.
You guy bana, hii life kwa mwanaume, kwa ndume.
Wanaume upendana ni in a way ya kupeana tu advice. Like sasa hizi kwambia ati anakupenda ama sijui nini. Anakuambia mazee cheki bro, upwards and onwards.
You get the shortest way to communicate what you communicate, you guys. That is how you share, you guys. Mazee, we are over here in the studio with Bashir. My name is Emmanuel Kisiangani, if you've just joined us. This is our open mic hour where we just sit down and discuss stories. Today we are doing the breakdown. The breakdown is some of the recent events that have happened in our life and in the world. And we just come here and discuss them at length, because sometimes we mention these things, especially in the first hour. Alafu, because of time, we don't have time just to go deep into some of these topics. And we're talking about public speaking, I think, learning how to speak. And I was saying there are these clubs, Rotary Club, where you go and learn how to give speeches and stuff like that, I think. I think that would really help. That thing that you've said about learning how to communicate is very important, because if you have a good message and you don't know how to communicate it to the masses, mazee unaweza daily na kuna mtu anajua. Anajua kenye unafanya.
To add to that, I saw someone on TikTok saying he was saying you are too poor. And I'm not even, that is how you're speaking. You see how these people, you just scroll and someone starts tossing you on your own particular cellular device that you bought with your hard-earned money.
Ati who said you're too poor?
So he was saying you are too poor to be an introvert. You are too poor not to be known.
All right.
So when you look at people who've made it in life, obviously there's some exceptions. You know, these tech nerds, they're not very social. But if you're trying to make it in life, you can never be an introvert. You have to put yourself out there. You have to be known. You know, so and part of being known is being able to communicate your value.
And you see all these tech nerds doing that. Like, a guy is a tech nerd, but he learns how to communicate, and they do these product launches. And they make them like big events. There are guys on stage you can tell this guy is not used to being on stage, but because of the thing that they're doing, launching phones, launching apps. I think the techs, they learned that secret, and they started putting themselves out there and making these events like a very big event. Check it. Today we are launching the breakdown. All right? Check it. Say,
there's a big screen.
Yeah, man.
So the breakdown 17 is basically the breakdown 16, but now new. So
you guys, that is hilarious, you guys. Alan K is in the building, and I sum up the blissful duo. Bashir, this couple of weeks or days have been quite hectic. there was the assassination, sadly, of the lawyer on Magadi Road.
Yeah.
In fact, tomorrow some of the lawyers are going to be on the streets. There's a friend of mine anaitwa Bwana Wakili Ngugi. Hivyo ndio anaitwa pale kwa mtandao. Alinitumia picha akasema kesho mazee wanaingia barabarani yao yote, inaitwa the Purple Ribbon March against the brutal killing of advocate Chalo Mbobu. Chalo Mbobu. It's going to be tomorrow. There was that, and then there was also the killing of Charlie Kirk. All right, same thing, but happened in different places. I feel like the world is not in a very good place right now.
Yeah.
I feel like we are moving towards a very dangerous place. Here with the guys on pikipikis riding, and then kidogo on a pepetamse. Charles is not the only. The late Charles, is not the only guy who's been not late Charles. Late Chalo. Chalo Mbobu is not the only guy. You remember the MP who was shot? Yeah, Were. Then now there's this. And then now there's that killing Uko in the US. I don't know. When I come across these stories, they just make me really, really sad. But now another thing that I'm seeing is sometimes you voice your opinion, because everyone has an opinion, whether it's good or bad. Sometimes when you voice your opinion about these things that are happening, people really get upset with your opinion.
You've seen that a lot, and I was telling you, one of our great friends, and he's actually a very learned person. Like I usually enjoy reading his tweets. There's a tweet that he did that went very viral. They were talking about how financial constraints can make friendships disappear. So he was saying the reason is, you remember how our parents used to sit down and just drink tea. Like there was that the access was easy. Just buy milk and tea and then we have a discussion. Nowadays, you have to panga a trip, nini, go for what retreat. Not all your friends can afford all that. So he was making sense. We've lost that ease access of just community, And today he was talking about that Charlie Kirk story, and he was saying he does not believe anyone should be killed because of their opinion. And now because of his opinion, he's being hooked on X. Last I checked, the comments were crazy.
By shout out to Ikonini. So Ikonini consists of Mwafrika, Ian, and Rapture, the scientists. Okay, they do regular shows there, with Mwaf being the sort of the center guy,
the pod father.
Yes, the pod father. So the Rapture alikuwa na beef fulani, online beef na Calligraph Jones.
Yeah.
Okay, he said something about Calligraph Jones. I think alimuingilia hiyo story yake ya sweatpants.
He said there's nothing original about Calligraph. And Calligraph, if you're listening, I'm just repeating what Rapture said.
We are just doing the breakdown.
Usiende weke picha yangu kama profile picture yako ya Instagram.
Yeah, so that's what happened. So Calligraph took Rapture's picture, akaweka ka profile picture yake, alafu akaanza kumuingilia hapo kwa stories. Like the things he was doing were funny. But alikuwa anasema sasa Rapture kuna malongi hapa, nataka kupatia hizi malongi. Alafu wewe ni msema makofia Mazo utakupatia hizi you're using me, I'm just using translating. So it was so hilarious. So they talked about it now on Ikonini with Mwafrika, Rapture na Ian. So, but from the comments, because I've not watched it, guys were saying ni kama Mwafrika amechukua saidia Calligraph. Na Rapture ni mtu wa Ikonini. Sasa mbona Mwafrika anaingilia Rapture, na Rapture ni mtu wake wa kando. Mbona ana side na huyo mtu mwingine? So you guys in the comments, the guy has really been being cooked. Guys are saying sijui wewe ni nini. You get. So my point is, these guys, guys give their opinion, especially with this online space. I feel like the internet has made life a bit interesting. I don't think human beings were designed to know everything that the other human being is thinking.
Yeah.
You get? Like, I'm sure there's some thoughts I see about you thinking about me, and I'll be like, umzana fikiria hivi about mimi. Na napigananga na show. I do the show with him every single day, and he's thinking those things. Human beings are not designed to know all the thoughts of the other human being.
Kama nilikuwa nafikiria mbona hiyo ni polo shirt yako Mazee umse anakaa ni kama ni endo horse. Mbona umse ameshikana na hiyo horse? Mbona ana miguu?
You guys polo shot yangu inaweza sana mno you guys. You don't know where imported it from.
Hiyo half man half horse inajitanga aje you guys. Prometheus.
You guys you're diverting me from my topic, man. So nacheki. So I think with all these things happening, a lot of hate on the internet. I think it's simmering, especially with this story of Charlie Kirk. It's simmering because even Charlie Kirk, I was talking to a friend of mine and he was telling me he feels, in his opinion, he felt like the guy didn't have wisdom in regard to some of the things he was saying. He was saying you can be right about some things, but now the way you say them is you have to use tact. Like huwezi kuchukuja tu useme kitu bila kufikiria nasema aje hii kitu. So sometimes if you say a thing without thinking, you're going to get into trouble.
Yeah.
Maybe if you say a thing after think a little, maybe the trouble will be a bit less. The impact will be a bit less because you'll have thought about what you're saying. Even here on radio, there are so many things we say here and the things we can't say, but we have to think. We have to sit down together and say, Bashir, tuongelee hii na hii na hii na tukuje na angle gani? Tukuje hivi ama tukuje hivi. So hiyo kuongea tu fwa inaweza kuingiza kwa mtaro moja noma. But another thing which I agree with Ty is if we start now pepetanaing because of opinions. I don't think there's anyone who will survive, you guys.
Yeah, because if we look at this in the lens of the law, especially in the US, I think they have a law. I don't know which amendment it is. Of I might not agree with Sijui you, but I will die fighting for your rights. Is there something like that? I'm butchering.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah,
from you.
So I might not agree with you, but like I will die fighting for your rights. You know, like there's that
okay. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So in the same is when we talk about like especially X, it's been termed as a marketplace. You know, it's a marketplace of thought. You know, and the one thing about this is if we want to have a system that works, you know, we need to have a system that is tolerant. You know, any opinion is tolerated because we are here to speak, we're here to have discourse, and we have to share ideas, you know. So once we start introducing intolerance into this system, now it knocks it off kilter, like it becomes imbalanced because now the entire system becomes intolerant.
We're living, I hear you, man. We're living in an interesting time. I remember there was this guy called Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
He was a manosphere guy. He used to talk about relationships and stuff like that. He was very tough on women. He used to ask them weird questions. Chick, what's your dress size? You know, and it used to rub many chicks the wrong way. Because he'd tell some chicks, hey, you're going to die alone. So in the end, this guy happened to die in the apartments. I think he alitandikwa na heart attack, allegedly.
Yeah.
And he passed on. And I remember there were some guys celebrating you guys. So the reason they were celebrating, some chicks sana. In fact, chicks were doing videos. Like, yo, this guy is dead, Mazi. So other guys are like, yo, how can you celebrate the death of an individual? So that was the first time I saw that. And then moving forward, many times when someone passes on, if someone doesn't agree with them, we've reached a place where guys are not, some guys just celebrate life. I remember after the death of the Queen,
the people were angukaring nayo on her grave, you guys. People atandika chini kwa chini. You guys, what? Okay, I get you can hate someone, but I feel like death is the great equalizer. Like I feel like there's supposed to be some even when it comes to war, you know, there are some rules of engagement. Like, I feel like at some point, if someone has died, why are you dancing on their grave? They are not even here to defend themselves.
Maybe don't do a video. Maybe you can talk about it privately.
Yeah. Maybe you can celebrate in your house. But for you to record you guy and come on.
Tell us what you think using that hashtag, The Wind Down. My name is Emmanuel Kisiangani.
It's your boy Bashir Halaiki.
And together with you, we are The Wind Down Gang. Today we're doing the breakdown. We'll be live on X all the way till 10 o'clock. Don't touch that dial. We'll be back.
It's 9 o'clock.